Yes, and basically, the information of the modern world, how it will be modified if the single individuals or persons, and it causes a conflict between other people's interests. Interest in the modern world, information will be shared by everybody altruistic world, no matter where it is. And therefore, using the latest technologies and invention, like an internet, this kind of the structures would have been people share it worldwide very equally, and therefore everybody have the same opportunity to gain the information, and everybody are also therefore enforced somehow, or if also promoted to using these technologies and invention and as a working all the time. How it affect of the human culture and society and any individual in the world, the human beings. Every human being is under just global phenomenon of the human culture itself are obviously always forced by the change of the towards the direction to change to getting knowledge more. And how much of this knowledge itself is really making amazing changes. The question is what kind of changes there are going to be. The knowledge itself is sort of changed. The amount of the knowledge that the average person have a consume of his entire life is having entirely changed over through the time. The person over 1 million years ago obviously where not a single book or a television, any kind of the medium around, every kind of information you get it obviously how his perception like modern humans do. So the perception they haven't changed a bit. But the application the people saw around how it changes, the just of different choice. So the people in modern time and under the radio the influence of the sketches, which all the time. So to still hear the same media voices, noises, so perception is basically still by the same sources, and the light, visual contact, and audio visuality is where the information is therefore gained in a mainly when it comes to sharing information of the human culture and ideas and news, any kind of the information changing. And these two perceptions are the main of any kind of the contact between other peoples. And therefore, the people are using information sharing over times towards to take on calls, towards to develop an organization, towards to develop and the communication between this was reinforced by the text culture. So when the language is developed and when the text and the literature all changed, so people began to knowledge learning skills and reading skills of the text, and then abuse the ability to write themselves and create the information. So there's interpretation with the information itself, and a system where every human itself in the world have a pretty much similar skill when it comes to gaining information and reading and produce information. Obviously a little difference, but everybody have at last the basic skill. It is a tremendous chance in the world where only few kind of the people were able themselves to create information. Only very few people out of even million, 1 in a million, and it corporates a level where there is no single human who does not create information. This kind of the world is completely developed when it comes to amount of the people could be. When every human itself are able, the literacy rate is 100%, and therefore there is no single individual humans, and it's all it is separated completely. These every humans are much more under the control of the common globality of the human entity than ever have been, and there is a creation. Therefore, everybody are well aware of the situation of the other human beings. Therefore, around the other world where the information is, and therefore transported, and the people are informed by the informant of the persons who are well willing and having to give it a society hierarchy, social status, influence information, report about the information, and therefore ensure that the people know about the information, or the people themselves of the willingness to get to know about the information to process of the other world. What is the last In the modern world, the people obviously have a kind of the laziness of the even to gain information, and therefore the interpretation with the information. There can be all unlimited about the information. People have given the information priorities about what kind of the text is considered to the important and priority to learn and know, and spend the time to gain it. And obviously the kind of the fiction, fantasy, and uses garbage, trash texts and information with therefore good enough and some sense of the word benefit in the long term of any kind of this are as more like an entertaining value than actually to educative values are achieved over the people. So this kind of thing diversifies sort of the creation of the word for in the needed to the creative society structures, society itself. Obviously the changes have a certain color. When the storage human didn't ever read any books or any kind of the modern changes, and when it first time any kind of the information changes, there were obviously only the person own perception able to understand the word, this sense of visual similar to taste. There was no therefore the human created information of the patient directly created information. It was only the nature itself that created information, the human perception of it. And the human levels didn't yet were developed before the last 500,000 years. And therefore, a million years ago, in the earliest humankind were obviously very well only able to simple kind of the things and the body and the manners. Example, the hand gestures are changed to transport the information, and therefore have a created system where the typical giving information about themselves or signals. Whatever be really changed, therefore, is amount of not the information, but completely the new way and exchange the information, or the new way people produce the information. This all are completely new that never ever existed in this different periods of the time, and people get it changed. One of the thing is, the information is always, it takes the time to learn, the time to read, time to spend under information, and therefore any information itself is, there is very few things the human can be learned in a 1 second interval time or in a 1 minute. In a 1 minute is 60 seconds, and any average person can therefore only learn very few facts in a 1 minute time period, or say very few things, or read maximum 500 words per minute, or hear 500 words per minute, maximum number that they themselves can get inside. Any amount of information over this is information limit. And when the information limit is as a physical limit of the perception, ability of the human cognition to recognize information and reproduce information, and therefore work over this information is analyzing and pattern. Immediately the information is gained in the human mind condition, cognition, and it's immediately the processes of the information of the trying to therefore interpretation information of what the information is all about, what is needed information, and what information uses, and what is an important information itself to learn and type, and how the information will be used. It will be deleted, the information will be coded, or will be immediately to high deeper memory, and this information be coded. This is kind of the neuropsychology, or the neurology of how the information is human able to. But there is carelessness is heavily amount of